The Georgia dad who left his son in a hot car now faces 8 counts, including 3 for murder in the young boy's death. This is Justin Ross Harris. He was indicted by a grand jury this week. Harris left his son Cooper in a car in June in suburban Atlanta for more than 7 hours. The temperature hit 92 degrees that day.
We are pleased with the pace and the thoroughness of this investigation, which continues on today. The evidence in this case has led us to this point today. Whether or not it leads us to anyone else remains to be answered.
Harris faces a mandatory life sentence if convicted on any of the murder charges, and the district attorney could still seek the death penalty. Harris's attorney believes the charges go too far.
He's lost his son, his livelihood, his freedom. He's basically lost everything. His wife has been vilified, humiliated. Embarrassing things about his private life have been aired in public in an attempt to make him look like a bad guy.
Our legal guys are back. Avery Freeman in Cleveland and Richard Herman in Las Vegas. So, Richard, to you first, what evidence is needed to support these murder charges, especially with malice?
Well, Fred, I have a copy of the indictment here that I've pulled down, and it's very interesting. That first charge of malice, we see several counts here for murder, and felony murder is, for instance, if you're robbing a bank and someone dies, then that's felony murder. You can be charged with felony murder for that. Murder, first-degree murder in most cases, is where you form that intent to actually kill someone. That brings the death penalty in a case like this, and that's their top charge here. They believe that he carefully planned and schemed to kill his child, and that's what they're going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they muddied it up with other issues concerning cruelty to children and issues of sexual exploitation of children, that is separate and distinct from the murder case. It's set. If you want to inflame a jury,
is it separate, or is that are those the building blocks
a jury,
in which to
bring
use?
those counts. That has nothing. That has nothing to do with murder.
Nailed it.
It'll be severed. They will never go to trial with the murder, and those counts will not go in the same trial here.
So you're saying this package deal, Richard, I think I'm hearing you right. You're saying this package deal, these building blocks will help prosecutors get ultimately what they want, which is guilty on at least malice by way of using these other things that speak to his character, right?
Yes.
Alleged character or alleged behavior at the time of the child's death?
No,
or you're
that's
saying
irrelevant.
no.
Look at this guy. This guy was sexting at work while the kid was literally dying in the vehicle. I mean, this is an awful story. This was planned. He went to the website about child-free life. I mean, and I understand a lot of people will go out there. Hold on. And that actually, the fact is that does go to the question of intent, whether or not people do things like that. He did in the context of what's going on. I actually like the prosecutor's case. I actually think the wife, who the defense lawyer claimed was vilified, she called the daycare center, Frederica. Where's Cooper? Did she call her husband? What the heck was going on here?
Fred,
and I think further digging will show that there may have been some involvement. It remains to be seen, but I think the prosecutors have a good case.
Okay, Richard.
There's a lot of information we don't have yet on this case, and Avery mentioned some things that absolutely go to intent. But I'm saying muddying this indictment up with him sending pictures to underage children has nothing to do with murder and the intent.
I don't agree. Wait a minute, why not? I mean, I'm not the attorney, you guys are, but I mean, why not? Because doesn't it say, doesn't this paint the picture of this is the activity of what was taking place while this man's child was dying, and this person was doing this, and this is his state of mind? That's not what that says?
No, it does not say that.
You sound like the prosecutor, Frederica. That's right.
It's not going to be admissible in this case, Fred. But the fact of him investigating childless life and how hot it takes to kill someone or kill an animal in a car, all that's going to come in, and that goes to intent here. It's a horrible, horrible case. And when they give a description, when they put an expert on to say how the child suffered in the heat,
it's all
the
going
jury's
in,
just going to
and
fall.
they're getting the
He's going to have a big problem defending himself in this case, Fred.
Okay, let's move on to another.